Good evening. The King is back again. Tonight, joined by Mr. Roberts. We've just had a little bit of a catch-up off air because we haven't seen each other for well over a week. And yeah, here we are to talk about a game that neither of us have managed to watch today. I've seen bits whilst trying to chase my arsehole in the office. That's not my dog. That's just me just trying to catch up. And Robbo's been equally busy at work, I assume.
I did have to attend for a while, yeah.
Right, nice. Did you see our Instagram messages this morning?
Yes.
That's a no, isn't it?
No, I have actually been busy at work today. So
right, so I'm just gonna go into it. So we got a message this morning from a guy called Ruggy. He's called Nick. I used to play with in Old Wimbledonians down south. So the message reads this: Morning, gents. Your podcast this morning, coupled with the settings on my car display, have led some very funny looks at the traffic lights on the way to work. So, because Eugene obviously has written the names of each individual episodes, and the first word of, I think one of them was analysing something.
Yes, I did. I think I know what's coming in.
Yeah, so looking at a photo of his dashboard that says CWC Day 12 anal looking at.
Well, it might have been slightly more interesting than some of the fixtures that have happened.
But yeah, as I was taking Rafferty up to the childminders this morning at 7:30, that did give me a very big smile on my face at the start.
Not as much as a bigger smile than did see to that chap, by all accounts.
Yeah.
What's something very amusing about the day 13, whichever one it was yesterday's report, the man who was made famous with the tagline, "Remember the name."
Chris Brathwaite.
Chris Brathwaite. Irony
yeah.
at its finest there.
Yeah, so I listened back to it today. Noticed that I did pick it up when Eugene said it, but very unlike me, forgot to then harangue over it. I also noticed an error on my part, which was talking about Kagiso Rabada, saying that he'd bowled two shit long ups that both got crashed to the boundary through extra cover, at which point he then had a massive go at the bowler.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true, because he had a massive go at the batter, which then caused Richard Kettleborough.
We are going well.
Yeah, Richard Kettleborough to turn around to him and basically say, shut the fuck up. It's not his fault that you've bowled two shit balls and been clattered for 8.
I like that from an umpire. But yes, it just made me laugh yesterday. The man whose tagline is "Remember the name," and Huge got his name wrong. Yeah,
classic Huge.
Classic Huge.
He's going to hate us.
Yeah, he is.
Even more
he is, but that's fine. He's not here. He's been here every day for the last 6, so it's about time he had a break.
Yes, absolutely.
But today's game, a return to form for the World Cup, I think. Yeah, a non-event again.
Yeah. I mean, disappointing that Afghanistan have basically decided to turn up against us.
I think it was twofold, really. I think they kind of decided to semi-attend and we didn't.
But again, to be fair, had they not have dropped 5 catches today...
Some of them were tough, though. Some of them they did. Well, yeah. They did have to move maybe half a yard.
Yeah, well,
and one guy had to move less than that, but stuck one hand up trying to, I think he thought it was baseball. Was he going for some kind of double play if he caught it one-handed and then...
Is this the one of Latham, which was just the most
he reverse swept it?
Oh, no, I'm talking about one that just dollied up to him at extra cover and he just kind of
this was about, well, on the highlights package, it was about 5 seconds before that. I'm guessing in the actual fixture, maybe an over or two. He'd gone to play a reverse sweep and kind of top-edged it, and short third man stood there for what seemed like an eternity while the ball was dollying towards him, and then just seemed to just like try and one-hand it, but not a jump, not anything. It wasn't like the Mitch Santner catch that got caught later on where he's plucked it. What a catch, by the way. But it was just...
Great grab.
It was just one of those kind of mesmerising bits of cricket that, I mean, to the point where I had to rewind the highlight package that I was watching just to check I had witnessed it. Because I was like, no, that can't happen. This is international cricket.
Yeah, this is the World Cup.
But then, yeah, they didn't necessarily help themselves. And then New Zealand were just clinical with the ball, really. And some excellent catches. Mitch Santner looks very, very good with the ball in Indian conditions all of a sudden. He bowled one bloke, which was just a ridiculous delivery, sort of angled in, pitched on with their leg, spun away at top off stump.
Unbelievable.
The guy's not got within...
wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was Mohammed Nabi.
Yeah. And so, just back to the slightly mundane forms of drubbings that we're having in this World Cup from in all fixtures.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm hoping it's going to perk up.
Asmatullah Omazai, I hope, bowled 5 overs, 2 for 18. 6 over, after his 6 over, 2 for 36.
Ooh.
After his 7th over, 2 for 56. That's called going the distance.
It's not called coming back well.
No. I tell you what I'm impressed by. Is it Naveen, 248, the lad who bowls...
First of all, with a new ball. Oh, no. He bowled quick?
Yeah, hyperextension of the elbow.
Okay.
Like, bowled well back end, to be fair. 2 in and over, I think. I think he got Glenn Phillips out with a... Yeah, he got Phillips and Tom Latham out.
Oh, yeah.
So, but bowls at decent pace. I mean, the ball that he got Latham out with, yes, he was trying to scoop it, but it did it at the top of off. So it's a decent seed, to be fair. Probably slightly more fortunate with the one from Phillips. Big, slower ball. Probably on the line of a no ball. Got away with it and Phillips got caught at long off. So, yeah, Rashid Khan, 1 for 43 off 10. Nabi, none for 41 off 8.
He got whacked in a couple of overs,
1
to be fair.
Yeah, Majid 1 for 57 off 10. So even their spinners, or probably other than Rashid, have gone at getting up towards 6s. So yeah, not the greatest bowling performance from Afghanistan, which led New Zealand to eventually get to 288 for 6.
You'd say that they dropped Latham. They dropped him on 10 first time. I think they dropped him 3 times, 3 or 4 times. So and he put that big partnership 150 on with Phillips. If that's then done, their spinners. I mean, their spinners are their strength when bowling, and if you guys catching, I say round the bat, it's not round the bat in a lot of cases for them, but it's within the circle. Can't grab them. At the end of the day, with any bowler in one-day cricket, if you get used to facing them a couple of times, get a couple of balls in, the guys will start to milk them. It doesn't really matter how good you are nowadays. The batters are good enough to do that. So I think the fact that New Zealand got 288 is massive down to their 5 or 6 drop catches. I think one of them might have been a bit harsh. There was one extra cover, which is like a bit of a full-length kind of dive. One of them sticks. It sticks. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But yeah, and I think from them being 100, I think they're 100 for 4 were the New Zealand. There were something like that. 104. If that becomes 120 for 5 rather than 250 for 5, it's a very, very different game.
Well, of course.
But then you look at their opening batter, the guy that plays a lot of shots, to be fair. I think Henry got him out early. He looks like he's bowling really well at the minute, Matt Henry.
Matt Henry's had a really good tournament so far.
Considering they've not really played Southey, who you'd say beforehand is one of their sort of 2 guns, I think Ferguson and Henry have stood up in replacing him, and Santner looks an absolute.
Is that Tim Southey that Eugene calls Dave?
Possibly.
You've completely missed the irony of the Chris Brathwaite situation there.
Dave's, all right, yeah.
Not quite as good when you have to explain it.
No, probably not.
You go.
But their guys have stood up, haven't they? And you'd sort of say they're those guys, and even their backup bowlers in Phillips and what's the other guy? Oh, you got Jadivinder, is it? Left armour.
Oh yes,
who smashes it at the top of the order. But obviously they've now got Kane Williamson, that I think by the looks of it is out for the rest of the tournament. Smashed his thumb. So they look good, to be fair, at the minute. New Zealand, I'd say between them and India for probably the form side. You would have said South Africa before they got beat by South Africa B.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
It all
seems to be going like we feel like we're about 3 months into this World Cup, and we've still got
2 weeks.
About another 8 months left.
Yeah. I think its actual scheduled finish date is May 26th.
2025.
Oh, sorry, I meant May 2026.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's similar.
Yeah. We've both done the same gag there, haven't we?
Yeah.
But no, but I can't actually see that it means anything at the minute. This is a daft thing. Because there's still so many games left. I think each team's got at least 6 games left, haven't they? At least 5 games left.
No, New Zealand have now played 4, so they got 5.
You'd say that
the majority
they've got to have an absolute stinker to not go through. But India have played 3.
3-1-3.
They're probably up there, but I think the rest of it is to be fair, England got on a run. You could almost say that whichever team goes into it on the best run, goes into the semis on the best run, it would be favourites.
Yeah.
Because I just think there's so long left in the tournament. Even someone like Afghanistan, they can cause some shocks. But
yeah, I just think they're kind of slightly one-off, so I can't see them going on a run.
No,
I know there's too many good sides in a tournament. But I think it sounds like you agree with what we were saying, or what I was saying last night, which I can't get my head around at all. But it looks like everybody at times will lose games throughout this tournament. You don't want to lose to one of your bankers, but obviously if you then start beating the teams around you, then you've still got a chance.
I think it won't surprise me if a team qualified and we lost 3 games, or even 4 games. And it was decided on run rate. And that wouldn't surprise me. So for that 4th place, I don't think it'd happen with 3rd. But you like I say, we've got 2 teams that are flying. South Africa were flying. They've now got beat the other day. So we all know what South African teams can do. They can be incredible, but they can also bit of a pawn shot. I'm not going to say that because they're going to absolutely annihilate us in the rugby on Saturday. So,
yeah, can you imagine if we lose both?
I'm not doing it. Eugene can do it on his own.
Well, no, we're going to have to do.
Or me and you do it.
Heads or tails, me and you. Yeah, me. Yeah, there we go. It's just going to be me and you. Yeah, we'll just kick it. If he tries to join, we'll just boot him out and send him into the backstage. So, yeah, I mean, in the end, I know we were talking earlier about, if New Zealand had been 150 for 5 rather than 240 for 5, would that have made much of a difference? As it turns out, no, it would not.
I think it's different now. You go into a very different mindset. But yeah.
I'm joking, but, Afghanistan bought 139 all out in 34.4. Go to bars, as you say, cleaned up by Henry early doors. Then, they lost the top order, other than Shah, who got 36.
They seemed to back themselves into a hole a little bit, didn't they? They lost the 2 early ones, and then they just seemed to go nowhere. So they were 27 for 2 off 6 overs. Obviously, hardly flying, but 27 for 1 off 6 overs, 27 for 2 off 6.1. But then 43 for 3 off 14 overs. They just kind of went nowhere.
Yeah,
and I think that was one of the troubles. Like they got themselves into a hole, and all of a sudden the scoreboard then became a massive,
too much pressure,
a massive factor in what they were doing. Like you look at the 2 guys there, one batted a strike rate of 28, and the other one batted a strike rate of 58. Like it's just not.
Yeah,
you've got to go some to get.
Not conducive to chasing a large total down,
and especially at that point when it looked like it then started to spin, and Ravindra, Santner, and those guys came in, and like I say, Santner ended up with 3 for 39.
Yeah, Ferguson 3 for 19.
Yeah.
He's looked dangerous as well. Yeah, Ravindra 1 for 34, going at almost 7s. Does concede runs, does bowl by balls. And they seem to be picking up overs out of Glenn Phillips as well. So New Zealand certainly a team to be feared. I think Afghanistan a team to be feared on their day.
Yeah.
Other than that, I can't really see him troubling. I can't see him putting 3 or 4 wins together. But I could be proven wrong. I have been on many occasions, and so we shall see how they go.
We need to talk a bit about Super Brew. We've had it's the end of. That brings about the end to round 2.
Oh right. Oh, in which case, Mayank Malhotra is the yellow cap bearer.
I believe so, yeah. Thank you.
And we've got 2 wooden spoons, joint. Oh, no, hold on. No, wooden spoon, I would think, is Smudger 1985. Or Harry SWFC.
Wooden
I'm gonna
spoon
let
for
you
the
do
week
the-
belongs to Smudger 1985 with.
I don't understand that, because there's another fella called Anush Ganesh 94 who's got a point, and he's got a wooden spoon next to him. But Harry, Sheffield Wednesday FC 1867, I presume it's Sheffield Wednesday. Sorry, Harry, if it's not. Also got 0 points, but has managed to avoid the wooden spoon. So, no idea.
All I know is I came tied second.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Wait, sorry. No, it was 9 points for Smudger, but he didn't get one of the.
You're on about overall, aren't you?
No. I'm not. This is the week.
Oh, okay.
This is round 2. But I think if you don't get any of the things bang on in terms of easy thrashing, comfortable, narrow, that looks as if it might be why Smudger has received this week's wooden spoon. So Smudger 1985, it's on you. So we're all laughing at you privately, I'm afraid. Well, not privately. Absolutely not privately.
It couldn't be any less private. We are literally publishing it.
No, it couldn't. It couldn't. Yeah. Fully published hilarity at your lack of any knowledge from a Super Brew perspective this week. So better luck next week, my old chap.
I went on the table this week. Oh, nearly. Not as much as my own hot rubber.
Well, Brinjo is still top of the tree. Brinjo 88.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who was the yellow cap wearer last week. Was that Brinjo?
I didn't think so. I'm sure we can find out somewhere. How many points did he get this week?
Yeah, I mean, we'll do that. We'll I'll tell you what, we'll have a proper rundown of Super Brew stats tomorrow.
Okay, when Eugene's on, he knows what he's looking at.
Exactly. So until then, the two buffoons will leave you to it.
Because the last 5 minutes aren't making it.
Well, possibly not. Enjoy your day, and Eugene and I will be back with you again tomorrow. Love you lots.
Take care, bye.